Good day, my name is Das Zuber, and I created, wrote, drew, and all that kind of stuff for the cartoon that you've seen, The Adventures of the Density, Robo-Robber, Episode 1. And thank you for watching it, if you did. And if you did watch it and you're thinking, how did, someone come up with this character of the Density, or how did somebody come up with a superhero, A lot of times things come together pretty quick. So I'll just tell you how I kind of came up with this character in case you're interested. So I did create this overarching story for my little comic book universe, which the stories I'm telling in cartoon form. So I kind of knew how things were gonna go already, and so for the character of the Density, his story takes place in the 1960s, so I kind of knew what his powers were going to be based on the things that I had written before in the kind of drafts there. So the easy part was done, right? His superpowers, his ability to control his density. So now that I have his powers and all that, I have to come up with a name. So in thinking about names, like a lot of characters do have their superhero name based on their superpowers. And I figured I should do the same, right? For example, you have Spider-Man, Aquaman, Invisible Woman, Storm, even, just to name a few. And I figured I should kind of follow suit with that. But if this character's power is based on density, what would I call him? Dense Man? Like, that name kind of sucks. He is a teenager, so maybe just Dense Boy? Which doesn't sound any better. Even a generic name didn't sound right, like Captain Wonderful or something. I don't know, nothing really kind of stuck. So I had his name as just Density, but if I took a page out of The Batman, I can call my character The Density. Suddenly, it sounded more legit. So I got his powers, I got his name, now I just need a uniform. So I gave him a basic kind of a uniform that you'd see a lot in the 1960s and Silver Age for the superheroes. Covered pretty much head to toe except for a portion of his face. I am a pretty big hockey fan, and a lot of hockey uniforms do have stripes on the arm, their torso, and the legs, so I figured I'd go with that. And for the color combination of the lime green and white, well, when I was a kid and I got my first bike, like a BMX kind of a bike, man, it was awesome. Its colors was like a lime green frame with white wheels, white seats, and white handlebar grips with brakes. And I've loved that color combination ever since. So when I was starting to color in this character's uniform, I was like, you know what? Yeah, man, lime green, really make him stand out, really make him pop and be really visible, right? And the white stripes to really help him pop with the black accented boots and gloves to really kind of give a little bit more kind of depth to the character look there. Nothing flashy, but simple and to the point, right? And his logo, which is a stylized capital letter D, which is pretty thin at the top and pretty heavy at the bottom, which kind of showcases his ability to alter his density from light to heavy. So this character did not take me a whole lot of time to create because I already had some stuff established, and his uniform is pretty quick and easy, and it looked awesome as far as I'm concerned. So now I gotta come up with his alter ego. Who is he on a day-to-day basis? Well, he's a teenager, Rick Minor. Originally, I was gonna call him Rick Appleton, but it just didn't fit right, I guess. He's one of those characters who has his superhero uniform underneath his clothes, so I wasn't just gonna give him like a tank top or something where people can easily see his uniform. So at first, I was going to give him a button-up shirt, kind of buttoned all the way to the top and his sleeves down, but then after I drew it, it didn't really look that good. He looked kind of much, I don't know, like something wasn't right about it, So I just went really simple, gave him a turtleneck, and boom, man, the kid's looking pretty cool. It did take me a little while to kind of get a more style of how I wanted the series to look. If I wanted it to be kind of more cartoony or more kind of serious or whatnot, so I kind of, made a bunch of drawings of how it would make the character look. And then I found this picture of Spider-Man that I did, and with its really jaggedy edges, and I was like, yeah, I should probably go ahead with that. So then I kind of drew Rick kind of in that kind of style, and I was like, boom, man, this is totally settled. And from there on, just started drawing away, man. So that's the basics of the character, right? And, for my first attempt at presenting something like this, I'm pretty happy with it. So thanks for watching, and in the meantime and in between time, I'll be working on the second episode.